We seriously have to start over. What are we supposed to do when our mistakes are not the problem? I'd be totally fine if we made an error and we had to knock all this down because we're dumb. But that's not what happened. The company who owns the cabins said that they'd be able to put on piers. Apparently, they won't be able to. Let's see. We told them what we were doing, and they said it wouldn't be a problem. But then when the owner came out here, he saw how high the piers were off the ground and says, nope, can't do it. Maybe if you can use that bulldozer over there to lift it off the ground, we can have you lift up the structure with one end of the bulldozer and slide it off the truck while the truck backs up. And oh, by the way, you have to go through the piers, and there's only 2 inches of clearance on each side of the bulldozer while you're doing it. No thanks. So the options we had were try that, which is a disaster waiting to happen, or hire a crane. $3,000 just to get it here. So what do? Start over. At least the one that's we're going with this time is extraordinarily quick. All we're going to do is drill in the ground, pour the concrete in it, put a tiny pier block on top, level that. That's it. We're not going to have a crawl space. We're not going to have skirting on the side of the cabin. Nothing like that. It's just going to be quick, dirty, on the ground, stable. It's probably what we should have gone with in the first place, but we had so much time we were trying to do something a little better. And did not work out. So now we have 16 precast 4-foot by 12-inch diameter rebar embedded columns. High strength. Extreme bowling, maybe. I'd probably have to use the boulder from Indiana Jones to actually bowl. I don't know, I'm just annoyed. Rework is ridiculous. I can handle that if it's my issue, if I caused it, which I did on these last ones, right? But this is frustrating. I am not happy that I have to go get more materials or whatever to do this one. So, whatever. We probably could have just let these cure all the way and then sunk them down deeper or something, but it's just a lot of work to handle these columns. They're 400 plus pounds a piece, I think. So what we're going to do is we are going to the top of the hill. I don't know if you can see way up there, the truck on the top of the hill. It's full of concrete in the back. I got all the materials up there. We're going to start on Sandra's cabin site and get that going. Yesterday we went and ordered it for her, put down the deposit down payment, and now they're going to start building it. It's a 10 by 20 little cabin with a lofted barn style roof, which is what this is here, also known as gambrel style. So yeah, we're going to take a breath from this, go work on Sandra's, get that knocked out, and then come back to this one. Luckily on hers, she only has 2 skids, and it's only 20 feet long, and they said they can do solid 20-foot skids without a join. So we can do 3 on each side. So it's going to be really nice. I'm excited to see that coming along. Alright, that's that for now. Let's go up the hill and check out the other cabin site. Alright. An actual whole day has passed since the other part of the video. It's Saturday. Good morning. I'm out of breath because it is a long climb up this hill, man. Yeah. But, here we are at Sandra's cabin site. It's been getting leveled off and cleared up, cleared of brush and things like that. She loves landscaping, so she'll have this turned into something amazing in no time, I'm sure. So here we have the layout for where the pier blocks and everything are going to go. We had 4 stakes set in the ground, and then we have the orange wire, or sorry, the mason line go into each other posts in the ground, and we used line levels to make sure that the string was exactly level when we tied it to the next post. And so we basically are using that to see what the slope of the land was like. So if, like, you look right here, the distance between the ground and the level line is pretty great compared to when we go check it over here. You see how much lower it is. And so what that means is the ground slopes this direction, away, which is actually what we're looking for. We don't want a perfectly level surface because we want water that comes from this slope up here. Not sure how well you can tell, but the ground is sloped up here, and so when it rains, what's going to happen is all the runoff water is going to follow the slope, which is down here, and we don't really want it to erode any of the work, and so we want it to slope away from it and not puddle and then sink into the ground, kind of thing, which will then cause problems for us with like frost heave and stuff like that. So if the water can just move on by, that'll be best. So this is the view that she's going to have when the cabin is set here. This will be the front door, and she'll have a small porch which you can set up her hammock or whatever. It is a couple vehicles there, I guess, but the mountains are gorgeous. And then we have our terrible structure down there. Alright. So yeah, we are in the middle of very beginning of construction for this site. So just wanted to give a quick little update on that one before we start work here. This is what it looked like before we started doing anything. And then now it looks very barren, like a construction site, which it is. And so it'll be nice once it's all finished. We have here, you just approach up this driveway here. So like you would, let's see if I can hold my phone without dropping it. So like the drive starts over here and goes up gradually this slope right here. And then you would come in here, drive, maybe park right here, and then go kind of backwards, I guess, but into the porch right there. And then when you're leaving or whatever, you can get in your vehicle and just keep on going around, and then you would go down this area where I came up walking when I started this segment a second ago, and complete your journey back down the hill without having to do any like 3-point turns or anything like that. Hopefully it will work out. There we go. Now I guess I'm going to go over here real quick and just show you the materials that we brought up the hill for this project. We're going to need the post auger on the tractor to drill the holes for the footings. And then obviously a long measure tape that we can lay on the ground, and then use the spray marking paint, which is actually in my truck, to mark exactly where the holes need to be drilled. We're going to have 3 of them per side. So one of them is going to be at one edge at 0, then in the center of a 20-foot structure, which is 10, then another one at 20. And we might put more depending on what we talk about, but then here's all the concrete we need. It's a full pallet of it, which is 56 bags, 60 pounds a piece. I hope that is enough concrete. It was quite more than enough for the first set of pulls, which there are 6 of them on the cabin down the hill when we started it. But the thing I'm worried about is that we use the form tubes, which are almost a perfect 12-inch diameter. They go in and out just a little bit. But the concrete was very easy to calculate. But for this drill, if we're just going to be pouring in the ground, it's going to be really rough 12 inches. I honestly think that this thing hobbed out like to 14 inches sometimes with the vibration. Along 4 foot, that's a lot. So we'll see how much concrete actually ends up going into these. But my opinion, I guess, is the more the better, because it'll make a larger, more solid footing. And then those will be flush with the ground surface and not sticking up at all. So then they'll be able just to like pull up where I'm standing now, back the truck up here, and then just slide the cabin off and drop it down like this, right onto the 2, 4, 6 footings. And then the cabin will be facing right here, and should be doing great. That's it for right now until I start construction here. Probably another hour or so. It's a little early, but we'll see when the neighbors get here and we can get all this started.